Hi everybody, Adam here. So today I wanted to talk about my 2021 year in review, what I've accomplished, what I've failed to accomplish. Obviously, I am intensely critical of myself at all times, so I would always grade myself as an F+, no matter how much or how little I accomplish. That is just the kind of person that I am. But I figure, there may be something that I can learn from, again, just reviewing what I've done each year and deciding what I'm going to be doing in the following year. So, as always, do not hesitate to smash that like button, help level up the channel, and of course bless Himbos around the world with the ability to stick to their New Year's resolutions in 2022. As always, don't forget that I am generally taking on new online fitness coaching clients. So if you are interested at all, just smash that link below, send in an application. I'll be back with you pretty soon. So what were my goals for 2021? Well, of course, very handily, I made a video about this last year as well. So, you could go back and watch that video, but I'm going to quickly summarize them here. So the first one was to relearn French. So people who know me know that I basically studied French all through high school, all through university. I even did a study abroad program in France. And then I proceeded to just let it fall out of my brain for 10 years to do absolutely nothing with it. And so the end result was that it was, in a place where I felt it was pretty bad. And in 2021, I wanted to get back to that. I did get a little bit of a head start of it in 2020, simply because I felt like it. And I am glad to say that I got to a pretty good place with it. I'm pretty happy with it. At the same time, I, got to that place sooner than expected. It didn't really take me all year. I kind of got a little bit bored with it, which is something that happens when you're learning a new language. So ultimately, while I did put, probably about a full year into it, that year really started in 2020 and ended early in 2021, didn't really get all the way to 2022. I would say that, of course, my speaking skills are still not great. I've not actually spoken the language that much, but I've been listening to videos. I have been doing a lot of reading, and I think that that's gotten me back to a point where I would say that my comprehension is even better than it used to be. So that's a good thing. The next step was to reorganize my blog and reinvest into it a bit more. This I did pretty successfully. I didn't really do all the things that I wanted to do, and maybe not necessarily exactly in the ways that I wanted to do them. But a really big thing this year was that I did hire a personal assistant who helps out with the workload, and that has, just basically made everything a lot easier. Thanks to her, I've been able to grow the business to make even more money while also working less, and that is a win-win for me. My next resolution was to make a lot more YouTube videos and grow this channel. So that was kind of a mixed success. I would say that obviously I was able to get in basically a video every week all year, which I think was a huge step forward for me. At the same time, it's not really as far as I wanted to push it. I wanted to really be able to do more than that. I wanted to be able to get in, say more than one video a week. I wanted to have more time to learn things like editing skills and really kind of push the quality of my videos up a little bit. Unfortunately, I didn't really have the energy or the time to do that with just everything else that I was balancing. So it is a kind of a partial failure, but a partial success. I would say that obviously this channel has grown a lot over the past year, and I'm really, really grateful for that, for all of my new viewers, because it just validates that this is a project that is going in the right direction. Hopefully next year I can put even more effort into this. Hopefully I can get out, say, for example, more than one video a week, or I can actually get the quality of my editing up a little bit. We'll see. Fitness goals. So my fitness goals for 2021 were basically to get better at the calisthenics, gymnastics end of things that I have been digging into since the start of the pandemic. And of course, that continued pretty smoothly. I would say that there are some movements that I was hoping that I would have mastered by now: front lever, back lever, full handstand, that, it's getting to a point where, I'm pretty proud of what I've done, but it's also not quite what I would like it to be, And so that's something where certainly, again, kind of a mixed success. I am doing well, but I am also recognizing that there are ways that I, didn't quite accomplish what I was hoping to. The next thing was gardening goals. I wanted to be the Himbo gardener last year and have a nice, bountiful harvest. Unfortunately, we had kind of a weird growing season simply because there wasn't a ton of sunlight here in London. As a result, things didn't really just didn't really thrive or grow really well. The only stuff that really thrived a lot was potatoes. Got a lot of potatoes this year. Also, we have a plum tree in the back garden, which threw off quite a lot of fruit this year, more than last year. And as a result, I ended up turning all of that into plum jam, and that was a huge success as well. So I am very happy with how that turned out. The next one is fiction writing. So I teased, in last year's video how I wanted to get my fiction writing off the ground. That's a thing that I've always been interested in and that I've been doing a lot of work on behind the scenes, but that I've never actually managed to get off the ground. Unfortunately, that got delayed a bit this year, and I will say that, didn't quite get out the door. That said, we will talk a little bit more in a minute about the progress of that and where it is going in 2022. And lastly, financial. So I don't like to talk too much about finances. I don't think it is a good thing to just talk too much about your finances. I will say that basically a few years ago, my major goal was to pay off my student loans, which I managed to do successfully debt-free. After that, the big focus was on saving up your 6 months of savings so that you can weather any kind of emergencies. Having that 6 months of savings is really important, giving you the option to take risks or just being able to deal with unexpected expenses as they come in. And so that is something that I accomplished as well. So this year, the focus has been just more on saving, investing, saving up to get a down payment for a house, hopefully. Unfortunately, living in London, the cost of a down payment for a house is very, very frustrating. But at the end of the day, I have still been able to save up money, and that has been going really well. I'm pretty happy with that so far. So what are my goals for 2022? So first of all, languages. My big plan this year was to get into Arabic, which is kind of a language that I've been interested in learning for a while. And I will say also that, again, since I finished up French a little bit early, since I got tired of it a little bit early, realistically, what I decided to do was get started. And I got started on Duolingo, and I basically sat down and learned the alphabet, and I have been trying to learn it ever since. The problem is that Arabic is a very difficult language. This is known. But the problem that I have is that basically I need to put my full focus attention on it. And that means that it is less possible to study while I'm doing other things where I'm slightly distracted and so on. And so what I've ended up finding that I'm doing, which is going to sound very silly, is that I've discovered that I am also learning Spanish this year, entirely by accident, simply because I needed something to do, like while I'm sitting in front of the TV and, kind of just, need something idle, a way to learn without having to pay attention to it too much. And of course, since I already speak French, Spanish is a lot easier in terms of picking it up, in terms of understanding the grammar and the composition and so on. And so I've basically decided that I'm kind of learning both Spanish and Arabic this year. I expect that Arabic will probably take me longer than expected. It may take me more than, this 1 year to really get to any point where I feel happy with it. But I am still dedicated to learning Arabic this year, and hopefully that will, continue to go smoothly, or, smoothly enough that I am actually sticking with it. Fitness goals. So this year I am doing a slight shift in kind of the way that I am training. Something that I discovered upon cutting down weight to get into body weight training is that I actually kind of enjoy kind of the bodybuilding physique aspect of things. I never thought I would. It's something that I put off for, again, 15 years of training at this point. I've made some videos about that, about how I'm actually getting jacked for the first time, and I am actually kind of a little bit excited about that. I am kind of enjoying what I'm seeing. And so kind of what I figured was I would just kind of push that to its logical conclusion. See how far I can cut down further, see if I can potentially compete in a natural physique competition or something like that. Those are possibilities in 2022. Aside from that, just in general, I have been able to go back to the gym. It is a very limited thing. I'm only going once a week. I'm taking precautions, especially with the new variant out there. But it is something where I am going into the gym once a week to lift heavy, because I haven't been able to lift heavy in a long time. And, my body is taking some time to get used to that again. And then also, in addition to that, I am, running a bit more, doing a bit more cardio. So basically I am doing one heavy lifting day a week, one running day a week, and then the rest of the week is just focused on the body weight and gymnastics, calisthenics type stuff that I was, I've been doing for the last couple of years. And it's been a really good mix so far. I really enjoy it. It gives a good bit of variety. It gives me a lot of different things to work towards, while at the same time, really still enabling me to focus on the stuff that matters the most, which of course is just the body weight stuff. I wanted to double down on YouTube. That is, of course, something where I was hoping to do more last year. And of course, I want to continue doing that this year. I look forward to seeing how we can continue to grow the channel. I don't know if I will be able to put two videos out a week, maybe like 1.5, maybe like one every other week. I'll get an extra video in. But the idea is to make more videos, to increase the quality of videos. It's also something where Himbo Chef, the cooking videos, I've been unfortunately unable to work on them. There's been a lot of things that have just been holding them up, and that is the thing that I get the most requested. People are like, when are the Himbo Chef videos coming back? We do have some Himbo Chef videos that are edited and ready to go, but we kind of not in a place where we are ready to share them yet. So I promise, I tell you, they are coming soon. There will be more of them. It is just something that has been slowed down for the time being, and we're going to get back to that certainly. Business-wise, my focus this year is on maxing out my client base. I've gotten very close to maxing out basically the number of clients I can currently handle. Obviously, 2021 was about streamlining my processes, making everything easier, making it so that I could really scale the business a lot more efficiently and take on more clients. Now that that's happened, obviously I am currently managing more clients than I ever have, but I kind of know what my new limits are. And my goal in 2022 is simply to push it to take on some more clients to get to that limit. Once I get to that limit, the real focus would be on basically getting my assistant to be promoted to a full-time coach and having her take on more clients herself. And so that's something I am excited and looking forward to as well. And of course, as always, just in general, I want to continue to learn, continue to get bigger, continue to get stronger, continue to become the biggest Himbo in the world. And I am glad, of course, that you have all been here with me for this journey this year. I'm so grateful for everything that I've been able to accomplish. And I look forward to seeing, again, this same video in 2022, seeing what I've been able to accomplish by the end of then. Of course, I do have a big secret project. It's not so secret. I've been talking about it forever. It's getting my fiction writing off the ground. And so, that is something that I'm going to be leaning on very heavily in 2022 as well. It's something where that, once I've got that out the door, that really gets to the point where I am doing most of the things creatively, professionally that I want to be doing in this moment. Which is not to say that, I'm going to stop or I'm just going to be like, I don't want to do it anymore. But it means that I am getting to a point where I am just really, really satisfied with kind of the work that I'm doing, the progress that I'm making. It's something where I don't expect to be, say the biggest creator in the world overnight. I know that it takes a lot of hard work. You have to put a lot into it. But I will be at a place where I'm really happy with everything that I'm doing, with everything that I'm able to balance, with everything that I'm able to accomplish. And, for me, it's more about putting in the work than it is necessarily about the exact results you get out of it. I've always been someone who focused on that in part of the equation more than the out part of the equation. You put in the effort, you keep putting in the effort. That is the stuff that you can control. And what you get out of it, maybe it's not exactly quite what you wanted, but so long as you keep putting in the effort, you will keep getting results. And that's kind of always been the trend of my life, and that is what I want to continue doing in 2022. So as always, thank you for being here. Don't hesitate to smash that like button, subscribe, notification bell, comment down below. Tell me what your New Year's resolutions are. Tell me how they're going. I would like to hear from you. And as always, I will see you all next week. Have a good one. Bye.